my freaking car to the track finally for a test and tune. This is my car's first track day and my first track day. I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm probably gonna go out here and crash a couple times, but it is what it is. We also got the body kit on my car, which you can't really see yet, but the truck is doing pretty decent. It's definitely a smoke show getting onto the freeway, and pretty much any, getting up to speed, it just literally loves just smoke. This is really why I want to build the dually and put a manual in it, for that exact reason. The other thing, what was the other thing? Oh, so yeah, cruising at like 75, 70. It's at about 800 degrees EGT. Not bad. Trans temp 140. It's kind of cool outside, so that's moderate, I guess you could say. And if I'm looking away from the camera, it's because I'm like constantly checking on the trailer and car. It's the first time I've hauled this trailer, and this is the first time I've really hauled a car with a car and a trailer on this setup with these wheels and this trans and this turbo, so it's all kind of new. Freaking out a little bit. On top of all that, I'm super nervous because it's my first track day, but I guess there's nothing to it but to do it. It's just me all by my lonesome today. Definitely a little bit of a pain to load the car up and all that stuff by yourself, because you have to constantly keep getting out to check and make sure you're on the ramps and all that stuff. But the more I do it, the more I'll get used to it. So with that being said, guys, I'll catch up with you guys once we get there. I guess we've got about 50 minutes left, so see you then. Okay guys, so we are at the track. I'm too shy to go out there and vlog right now, and I couldn't get my GoPro in the car, so unfortunately there's no footage of me drifting at all. I didn't have anyone to come out here with me, and I don't know anyone here, so I doubt anyone took videos, especially because I'm new, so it's not like I'm doing something sick. But I did link the track one time, and then the second time I was about to link the track, the car fuel cut because I ran it all the way down to E, and it fuel cut on the last turn and straightened. So unfortunately I didn't get to link the track twice, but for my first time ever, I'm extremely proud of myself. I've seen cars that have been coming here for years and they're still spinning out and stuff like that, which could be their car, not a skill thing, but I'm super stoked. By no means am I good. I went out there and sucked ass. I literally ramped the grass 3 or 4 times, typical stuff. I never messed with tire pressures or anything. I just kept hot lapping the car. I did start hearing the engine tick a little bit towards the end, probably because I hot lapped the car for 3 hours straight, and it never got hot, so I never really cooled it down. And I guess it didn't register in my mind that oil temps are a thing, so the oil probably is just thin right now, and that's why it's ticking, and it is a quart low. So we'll do an oil change on the car, and we should be good to go for next week if they have one. So aside from that, I'm stoked. The tires still look brand new. Didn't even have to change the tires, so I'll talk more. Okay, so we are back at the shop, and you'll see we got the car already kind of taking a look at. I didn't mention in the video, but I think we went back out, and actually no, we didn't go back out after that because the car was low on fuel. But I didn't mention in the video, but when the car would be unloaded, it would make a really bad knocking noise in the rear end. And I've been tracing the noise down for a little while, and I just kind of deemed it as a pinion gear issue. And so I was kind of prepared to just replace the diff and the axles. I kind of accepted that in my mind at the time. And you wouldn't feel it or hear it when you're on the gas, but now that I'm thinking about it, when I would come around the banked turn, I want to say it's the 3rd turn on that course, I would feel in my in the seat of my pants, you could feel like a little bit of a rumble when it was really hard on, like when the suspension was really compressed. And so I got the car here, jacked it up to kind of see what the issue was, and because I had the car in gear on the ground, you could rock it back and forth and hear the clunk. Well, I jack it up and I grab this wheel. This wheel was completely loose. I'll put the video for my Snapchat in here. And as you guys just saw, the spacer, the bolts backed out. I torqued these wheels multiple times, but I never torqued the spacers, which is my own fault. But that just goes to show how important nut and bolt checking cars is, and won't happen again. I'm pretty sure that was the issue the whole time, because there's no noise now. So you'll see the wheels are fine. So I'm gonna pull this wheel off. I Loctited those ones and torqued them to 110. I'll probably regret that one. I have to take them off, but it is what it is. And then I'm gonna do that on this side as well. And hopefully that never happens again, but it happens, I guess. So if that sorts our issue, I'm gonna do this side, put the car on the ground, drive it forward and see if I hear the noise. If that solves our issue, I'll be super stoked. We just went and picked up oil for the car, because I did post on Facebook and the E36 drift page, you know, what kind of weight oil I should run, because the oil thinned out yesterday, obviously, and I don't have an oil pressure gauge, but I'm sure it was low on oil pressure because of how hot the oil got. But I need to look into getting an oil cooler, so that's something we'll have to do in the future, so that I can hot lap the car and not have to worry about it as much. But for now, everyone suggested running 1540 in it. In general, a couple of guys said that they even boiled their 5W30, and a lot of people commented this. At first I was kind of questionable about it, but it seems like all the big BMW guys run this stuff in their engine. So we're gonna put that in the car. Yeah, so having multiple vehicles is nice until you have to change the oil on all of them. So we got E36 oil. We went with super cheap oil for the Cummins, which you would think should be backwards, but they didn't have. I would have bought this for the Cummins, but they didn't have another one, so this is what we got. And then we got the high mileage Castrol for the E92, K&N filter for the Cummins, Fram because that's all they had for the E92, and STP because that's all they had for the E36. Absolutely hate STP and Fram, but that's all they had, so I'll roll with it. All right, guys, we got the oil change done. Kind of nut and bolt checked it. Put the front bumper and stuff back on. The car sounds great with the fresh oil in it. And we went out and kind of drove it, and then we did like a small test skid. The noise is gone, so sounds like it was that wheel the whole time, but not to worry. We put Loctite on the spacer bolts and torqued them to 110 foot-pounds. The sad news for me kind of is there's not going to be a track day this Thursday because there's a big event this weekend, and they usually don't do track days before the event because they try to get the track cleaned up and ready. So now is a good time to pretty much repaint the car. So the next video you guys see should be us repainting the E36. This time it will be a base coat, clear coat, and I'll leave everything else for the next video. But with that being said, guys, get hyped, get excited for the next video, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.